what is responsive design? Have you ever been to a website on your phone where in order to read what was on there, you had to pinch and zoom the page? That's not responsive. So if you're on your computer at work or at home, you might have a big wide computer screen. And that width across there, if it's in a full high definition screen, might be 1920 pixels wide or possibly wider. And so the website will probably fill part of that screen and there'll be some background around it or whatever. A responsive design website means that as that screen size decreases, the website still looks good. So let's say the screen size comes down to just like a laptop screen, down to say 1300 pixels wide. So you might not see much background anymore, but you'll still see all the rest of the website. So all the content's still there. Or let's say it goes even further and it goes down to 1024 pixels, which is typically a kind of portrait tablet size screen. So it's gone in smaller again. And typically what we'll do for a responsive design is that the menu bar will get a bit smaller and things will start to compress in and reduce their size. It still looks like a website normally does, but it's a bit smaller. Or let's say we're on a phone, and the phones vary, but what you'll probably find is that the size of the screen on a mobile phone is quite narrow, and you can turn it sideways and whatever, but what it means is you've got much less width to play with. And so typically in a responsive design site, as we've got down to this mobile phone size, the menu will collapse up to the top of the screen with a little symbol and maybe like a phone icon or something like that. The logo and maybe header image or something like that will get smaller as well. And all the other stuff that was on the page before starts to go into a column. So photos might line up vertically instead of being across the page. And the wording will go into a tighter column because it's much easier to scroll vertically on a small tablet or a phone than it is to do this pinch and zoom stuff. So that's what we think of as responsive design. So no matter what the screen size, the website still looks good. It's quite important from like a usability point of view. I mean, over half of the people who browse your website are probably going to be on a phone or a tablet. And we know that if those people who are trying to find you are on a phone, search engines will give you preference if you have a website that looks good on a phone. And so we want to make sure that's a good experience, that all the content flows and looks neat.